everybody. I just thought I'd share with you some moves that you gotta know if you're gonna solve the Rubik's Cube. The first one is the right-hand algorithm, which goes right forward, top clockwise, right backwards, top counterclockwise, or as it's written, right up, right prime, up prime. Right, up, right. You see what I mean? And another one is the left-hand algorithm. It's the same thing, but mirrored. So it's left prime, right prime, left, or I mean up, excuse me, right prime, up prime, right, or left. See, I can't even talk, but you get the idea. Left, counterclock, top, counterclock, left, clock, top, top clockwise, counterclockwise, counterclockwise, clockwise, clockwise, as if you're looking at it. You see? Another one you gotta understand. Like when you're dealing with the second road, you gotta be able to turn. If you turn it counterclockwise, you do the left hand first. And then turn it, the whole cube. You see how I did that? And then do the right hand. Right? Another one you gotta learn is doing things in sequence, like 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. What that does is it swaps the corners. What this does, if you watch this blue and red one with the white on it, and what the right algorithm does is it moves this way. See, now it's here. Now it's here. Now it's backwards. Now it's back where it was. You see what it's doing? Same way with this side. If we watch the orange, blue, and white, watch what it goes. See, now it's down here. And if we do it again, now it's back up here, but it's a different orientation. Do it again. Now it's down here, but it's in a different orientation. Those are some of the moves you gotta be able to know. Also, front prime, or F prime. Small f prime. Lowercase f prime. You see? That's pretty much the basic moves you gotta know. Right algorithm, left algorithm, turn the cube once. Now these are not the steps in order to solve it, but these are the steps you need, these are the moves that you need to practice. That's how I practice. fast at it. And then do some on this side. I'm not as fast on that side. Alright, now that we're scrambled up pretty good, let's just scramble it a little bit more. In fact, I'll turn it upside down and scramble it. And usually, when people solve, they use the white on the bottom and the yellow on top. So what the first thing is we gotta get the yellow and white daisy. We gotta get all the whites on top. At least, the side pieces. So let's make a daisy. Let's find all our white pieces. We got one right there. But we need this on top. So we come down, flip this around. Okay, we want it, yeah, like that. We can bring it up this way. So what we did was, took it from here, move it back, and then move it up on the other side. And that brought another one up, so all we need is one more. So let's find it. It's over here. And we need it up here. Easy. Just like that. Whoops. Excuse me. Alright, now what we gotta do is line the colors up with their respective center. Like this one's white and green. And then we move that all the way to the bottom. 1, 2. We have white and blue. Move that to the blue. And go 1, 2. That puts it on the bottom. Okay, now we've got white and red. So we move that to the white and red. And then move that to the bottom. Now we got this white and orange left. So we move that to the orange. Just like that. And we move that to the bottom. That's the beginning. Okay, so now we have a white cross. Okay? Now what we want to do is we want to look for corner pieces that have white. Okay, and we take this one for instance. It's green and orange and white. So we put it between green, orange on the right hand side. Then we do the right hand algorithm until this goes into its place and in its proper orientation. One time we'll do that. You see, now it's properly correct. We look for another one. Now we have white, red, and blue. So we put that between blue and red on the right hand side. And we do the same thing. Right hand algorithm until it's in the right spot and in the right orientation. Just like that. Now we look and we see another one. Orange and blue. So we put that between orange and blue. And we do the same thing. And one time puts that in place. Now we look for another one. Well, guess what? We don't have another one. Okay, so we look and see what's not done. Red and green. It's in the right spot, but it ain't oriented right. So we do that with the righty alg. And we just keep going until it gets in the right spot. Just like that. And guess what, guys? That completes the first layer. Now the second layer, what we want to do is we want to find middle pieces that do not have yellow. Like, this one would not be one we want. However, this one would be one we'd want. Make sure that's lined up with its center. Okay, so now we see it's green. It needs to go here. So we turn it away from the green, which would be a clockwise direction. Do the right-hand algorithm. Turn the whole cube one clockwise. Do the left-hand algorithm. And that puts that piece in its place. Look for another one. Orange and blue. Bring this around to the orange side. And we see it needs to go over here. Okay, so we turn it away from the blue, which would be a clockwise motion. Very important to remember that. Do the algorithm. And then turn it clockwise to the left hand. And there it is. Now we look for another piece. Red and blue. Put that on its red. It needs to go on the blue. This time I'm going to turn it counterclockwise. I want to start with the left-hand algorithm. Now I'm going to turn the whole cube counterclockwise and do the right-hand algorithm. And that puts that in place. Okay, so now we find us another one. Orange and green. Line that up with the green, and we see it needs to go to the orange. So we turn it clockwise to get it away. Do the right-hand algorithm. Turn the cube clockwise. Do the left-hand algorithm. And that puts that in place. And guess what? Layer 2 is complete. Now what we gotta do is get a cross up here using the yellows. Now there's 3 scenarios. 1, you only have one yellow. Or 2, you have a straight across yellows. Or 3, you have this pattern. In this pattern, we orient it so it looks like a 9 o'clock. We turn the face. Do the right-hand algorithm 2 times. Turn the face back. We have our cross. And bonus, we have all our corners. But are they in the right places? This one is. This one is not. This one is not. This one is not. So let's move it around and see if we can get 2 that are in the right spot. Let's see. If we turn this, now we have blue and orange is in the right spot. Green and orange is in the right spot. Red and green and the blue and red need to be swapped. So we put the 2 that are in the right spot on the left-hand side, and we do the right algorithm 3 times, turn the cube, and then do the left hand 3 times, like so. 1, 2, 3. Turn the whole cube clockwise 1, to the left, 1, 2, 3. Now we put them all back in order again. So green and orange, green and red, and then we have blue and red, we don't care that they're backwards right now. We'll fix that later. And then we've got blue and orange. They're all in the right spots. Now we gotta flip them so that the yellows are back up here. So we flip it upside down so that the white is up. And we find a side that don't need to be flipped. See how that one needs to be flipped? That one needs to be flipped. That one needs to be flipped. But this one don't. So we're going to keep the green side to us the whole time we're doing this. We turn the bottom to bring one that needs to be flipped to the front. And then we do the right hand algorithm until the yellow is on the bottom. Watch. See, it's not on the bottom yet. Okay, now it's on the bottom. Now keeping the green towards us, flip it again, and do the same thing. There we go. Same thing. Flip it, do the same thing. Okay, now it's all set. Bring this back around, and it should look like that. Now what we do is we put the finished side, if there is one, sometimes there's not, but if we have a finished side, we put that towards us. We do the right hand algorithm once, do the left hand algorithm once. Now we do the right hand 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we left hand algorithm 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now this may or may not solve it. Sometimes you gotta do it 3 times, but this solved it. So those are the basic steps. If you use them steps, those moves, you'll solve it. Peace, everybody.